give a shit how much of a power exchange it is. It
But that's
doesn't.
the fetish. Do you not understand that it could be a
Yeah.
legitimate? Someone can. Who are you to judge if that people use money to get pleasure, to enjoy things, and to get objects? One way of people pay for an experience. You'll pay to go ziplining and do shit like that for the thrill, for the rush. It's the same thing with Findom. The only thing is it's just so broken down to its core that it kind of makes people uncomfortable because they don't like the idea of anything being transactional in relationships.
It's not just that. No, okay, it's okay. There's two elements. Number one, the easy one, the obvious one is you are in a serious way contributing to people's self-harm, and the only thing that they're getting out of it. How many times are you going to change the camera?
That was the first time. Wow. Well, I did that and did that throw you off. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
What's up, Stevie? I got a microphone. All right, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to throw you off. What I'm saying is people don't like the idea of anything romantic or sexual being transactional. It makes them uncomfortable.
Yeah. Well,
and Findom is pure transaction. There's no, like, the transaction is the fetish, which is so just like, I don't know, compact.
Yes. Okay, but also, okay, so there's two layers. Layer number one, this transaction is going to be very exploitative, and it's highly manipulative, addictive, exploitative. Basically, it is on steroids version of the feedback loop from like super chats. Like you get, it's like, yeah.
I don't think it is necessarily. I mean, here's the thing. I'm much more against sex work in general now. I don't think it's a way. I don't think it's fulfilling for women. I don't think it's fulfilling for men. I don't think it's a wise life path to go down if you want positive life outcomes, unless you happen to be like a nympho or someone who has like a very specific kind of orientation that you're suited for that industry. That's great for you, but it doesn't represent the majority of people in those industries.
Yeah. Okay. Self-harm absolutely is self-harm. You're aiding and abetting people's self-harm. It's not a type of.
I don't see it as any worse drinking sugar.
If you are an incredibly rich man, and though this is the scenario where it wouldn't be self-harm, because I'm thinking of an extreme, right? I'm thinking of like just a poor people giving some random woman all of her money, which is probably most of the case. But what if you're a super rich man and you're just giving her a little bit? Well, then it's not fucking Findom.
No, not really. But I mean, what is your like? What are we disagreeing on something?
I'm trying to lay out my two things that are bad. I'm trying to lay out my two things that are fucked up about it. Okay, so one is, I think that is definitely to be financially dominated by somebody like that. That is, I think that honestly should go against, like, that it should be illegal to, like, we made slavery illegal. Like, you're not being,
but it's purely consensual. I mean, as much as anything is consensual, which you can break that down to infinity.
You cannot make a legal sex contract. A sex contract won't hold up in court. But Findom is like an actual exchange of your like life, your power within society.
I don't think it's intrinsically wrong if you are someone who's financially stable and you get extreme pleasure and you have this kink that you engage in moderation. I'd view it in the same category as alcohol, sugar, weed, all those things that you do for pleasure that can be done to excess. I categorize all porn and sex work in that genre of morality for me, where I think some people do need a release and a companion and have specific needs that their girlfriend or wife might not be willing to fulfill, in which case maybe the wife agrees, hey, if you have this need and you want to go like give this chick $500 once a week or whatever, like, yeah, it's fucking weird. But it's a free country. And if that is what brings someone happiness, there's a lot of things that bring people happiness that I don't understand. It's not really something we should legislate.
Yeah, I don't think that it's Findom. If you are hyper like rich and you just give her a little bit of your money, that doesn't make any difference. That's just being a sugar daddy. That's not Findom.
Well, there's more to Findom, and this is the thing people really don't get. It really, a lot of times, is going hand in hand with another fetish. When I did Findom, it was often alongside a blackmail fetish. So they would tell me some personal secrets about their life. And then when they wanted me to, and it was all highly talked out beforehand, I would role play making threats to get money from them. And they loved this. And it went on for a while, and then it fizzled out, and they probably moved on to some other findom. But then I also have had people it was a huge issue for, which is why I stopped doing it, period.
I don't like I'm all for role play making threats, but I don't like it when there's actual money involved. It really changes it from a role play into not a role play.
Well, yeah, and that's what makes it even more exciting. But like, I mean,
but so isn't like fucking rape exciting?
Role play, like, is it wrong if I hire someone
to so isn't rape
a sexy pirate?
Yeah, it's not just pretending to be a role play. I'm saying when you actually are exchanging big chunks of your financial stability to someone else, it's no longer just a pretend. Like, it's no longer a pretend.
If someone is
blackmail.
doing it, if someone's doing it to the point where it's harming them, obviously I would be against that. All I'm saying is there's nothing intrinsic to having this very specific fetish. It can make people vulnerable to abuse, but there's nothing about this fetish on its own intrinsically engaging it responsibly if a healthy individual is able to do that, which many aren't. I acknowledge that. But I'm just saying it hypothetically could be a non-issue.
There's no ethical consumption of simptery. Okay,
well,
and that brings
actually, I highly disagree, because you don't understand. Like, the lonely epidemic is so bad that it's almost better to have someone talking to.
No, the answer to the loneliness epidemic is not.
No, I didn't say that. I didn't say the answer to the loneliness epidemic.
Opposite.
I don't think that at all. Hello. All I said was, it's so sad that the state that we're in, that because of the loneliness epidemic, that maybe for some old guy who's dying, doesn't have a wife, doesn't have fucking kids, he's not going to pick up a girlfriend. Yeah, he pays $5 a month to talk to some bitch on the internet, and that fulfills his life when he would otherwise be dying alone. I think that you can actually serve a utility in those jobs.
Okay, so you are saying
it's not to solve the loneliness epidemic. I would never say that. That's stupid.
But it just makes it better for the guy who is lonely because of the loneliness epidemic.
I'm not saying it's a solution. I'm just saying I believe in harm reduction. Okay, so a lot of moral positions I'm taking are with the consideration that having a more hardline position could actually be more harmful than allowing a little nuance.
Allowing Findom, like Findom will make loneliness worse. And okay, that brings me to point 2. Okay, so point 1 is that it's unethical because of the domination of someone else financially is just something that should not be illegal. If that's your kink, that's a problem. That's like being into like eating shit. Eating shit can be bad for your health, but it's like worse than eating shit. It's like way worse than eating shit.
So you think it should be illegal? Is like your position?
Yes, it's like being if you're a pedophile, you can't fuck kids, and if
highly different, because we allow consenting adults to do things in the privacy of their own home.
Rape fetish. If you want to actually rape people, you can't rape them.
Love rape fetish.
I mean, like, no, I'm saying like to be the rapist, like that, like if someone has a rape fetish and then you rape them, it's not really rape.
Exactly. That's the point.
Okay, but I'm saying if my fetish is to go out and rape people that are not consenting, then I can't do that. And because that would be harmful to them. If my fetish is to cut off my own dick and eat it, I should not be allowed to do that.
Well, that would be a line that I draw. But when your fetish is exchanging money and you just get it, like, I actually get a kick out of just giving people money. I sent someone $40 the other day because I got $200, and I was like, hey, let's get down to 0 right away again. When I go to the strip club, it's raining money because it's fucking fun. Fuck off. Don't be a fucking Karen.
Okay. Well, I think that Karen is gonna fucking die at age 80. Well, and whatever the fuck you're describing is gonna like what you're gonna. Oh, good luck when you.
All I'm saying is that it's not. There is like a utility it serves. People enjoy fetishes. Here's a fetish.
Yeah, but there's a utility that cutting off your dick serves.
And we allow that too legally, actually. So I'm actually If you had to, put a gun to my head and choose between full bodily autonomy or no bodily autonomy, I'd choose full bodily autonomy, even if that meant cutting off your legs and selling them.